Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript Party. I'm a buddy Rhett. She already got her nut because we did our other video. This should be a quick video. Basically, this is just the commit and push. Not sure. I don't know if the next thing should be still under getting started, or if we should create like a new branch, merge this and create a new branch. I'll decide in my sleep tonight. But anyways, it is Sunday, May 18th. It was raining all morning. It's beautiful outside right now. Um, so everything's going really well. It says temps to drop next Wednesday. It's like, I don't, and it hasn't even really been that hot. It is like new 11:13 right now, and it is 75 degrees. So like these are some of the best, sort of most pleasant um, situations that we've had. The high today is 82. It said that next Wednesday the temperatures are, I guess, because we're gonna have a low of 60. Um, that's not particularly cold because we typically will have like I don't really consider it cold unless it gets to like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But that is that. So, anyways, that's where we are at. I think it probably makes sense to. Well, I just did a video, so end-to-end tests are running. So it is time to go and start doing our commits and figure out what the commits are going to be and all that. So it looks like we made some changes to the package, and whenever I go to the package, I try to always um, close all the other folders or files. So close others. If not, that tab thing just becomes untenable, and I guess there's no reason to have our browser up since we're not going to go into the code. Um, there we go. So let's go ahead and look at the package. I never look at package lock. It's just pointless. So here's where we added our tab, and then whenever we added the tab, it decided to add extra space at the end there. Don't know why. Um, I don't think it will cause any problems. We also added an app. I mean, we generated a component and we generated a service. And I think both of those make sense. And we added our Cypress plugin tab. It's kind of interesting that Cypress chose to make tab a separate plugin of code. Then it looks like we have 4 changes to our Cypress. And basically, yeah, that makes sense because we created a canvas. I mean, before we were just checking to see if a canvas existed because he was just generating a visualization automatically. But now we have a menu, and now we're just saying the app menu. So I think what is happening is this is just like going to test everything that just should be there to start. So it probably will change. Will be updated all the time. So this one just tests if that there's a single visualization on the screen. So we had to add the ability to go to the menu and click on it, and then click on whatever pops up. I think that one may be done. Like, it'll be interesting to see if this one ever changes again. This is our resize one. This is the one, like for me, this is a super important one. And the reason it's important is because it'll just be easy to forget. Like, and it's going to be easy to break. Like, literally one CSS change could probably break this functionality. So just the fact that, like, it's good, it's nice that at the end of every single iteration, that's what we call them at work. At the end of every iteration, we're going to be running these tests, and we'll know if we broke the resize. Inputs, this is another one that, like, I think is super important. I think it's very easy to break inputs, and I don't know why. Oh, this is brand new. So basically, it goes in, it uses the tab. I mean, it clicks, it uses the mouse, then it uses tabs, and then and with the space button, and it also with the enter button. So I think that is I'm really excited about that. And then this we had to do to import the plugin, and now we have all these commit comments. I wonder if okay, so this is like, I thought it was weird the way that enter, like when you want to do space, you actually gave it like a space instead of saying space. And I guess this would tell you how to change that, I guess. So yeah, see, it's kind of cool. It looks like there's dragon, like you could create like a login Cypress erase chainable, where it just log in, it drags something somewhere, it dismisses something. I don't know what dismisses. Visit. So I think I'll leave that there. I don't think I know enough about Cypress yet to really even speak to these comments and whether these comments should be there. I'm assuming everything with Cypress that they've done, and that everything except for one thing that I've looked at with Cypress where they did it a certain way and I did not like the way they did it, I later changed my mind and I liked it. So it feels like they're wise. Like they've gone down the path. They found what works, what doesn't work, and then they did the best choice. And then they probably already went down the path that I thought was the right path, and they've already figured out that that's not the right path. So global styles, you always have to really be thoughtful about this. Okay, so I think these global styles, okay, yeah, border box really helped with, I think I added border box so that for borders that were around the visualizations, but then I ended up deciding to go a different direction on that, but I still think I want the border boxes. And then, yeah, that's what that was about. So I'm going to leave that. I think I want that. I'm not 100%. Everything else to this point have been 100%. I have a feeling everything else I'll be 100%. So this is to help my tabbing, so that basically the app menu is the top most the most highest priority item to get tabbed to. Here we go. Focus. I don't even think I'm using this. Yeah, I kind of want to get rid of these two. No, I don't know. I don't think okay, so I don't even think oh, okay, so this was for the menu to where to position it. So I absolutely need that. And then focus. I put a lot of work into that. I think we do want that. So basically whenever it's the focus. And I wonder, actually, let's go back. So if I create a couple, and then I tab into them. Okay, I'm not happy with that, but it is definitely the direction I want to go in, and it's better than not having it. I do think it's better. I don't think it's where I want to be, but it is better, and I don't see like having another, like I would rather just go with this. I think this is better than what we had, because before I don't think you could tell what was tabbed to, and now you can. Okay, so this is our spec file. We made a lot of changes in there. Really, all I want to see is if there's any console logs. Oh, I know we ran through the test very thoroughly. Looks like we got rid of this up here. That lifecycle hook. Let's save. Just make sure everything compiles. Yeah, and we got rid of a lot of code, which makes sense because basically it used to just automatically build stuff and animate visualizations. We made changes just so it'd be easier to unit test that stuff. So I'm happy with that. It looks like it built fine, just fine. Yep, that all looks good. Yep, this all looks good. Brand new unit test. Looks good. Brand new component. Don't see any console logs or anything. App biz navbar. Oh yeah, so that was a little navbars. I wonder if I'm even doing this anymore. I don't think we need this. Yeah, so that is the only instance of navbar, and then so if we get rid of this, then this file doesn't change at all. And I definitely, like, even if I thought that was a good one, I'd rather get rid of it, because like if something breaks in the future, that would be a very big distraction trying to figure out if that was the problem. So now viz component is no longer there, and I think we already, app. Oh, okay. So let's go to viz component spec. Yep, that looks good. That looks good. And I can't tell you how many people skip this step in their software development process of just making sure everything is there's nothing that's just really silly in there. Okay, UI service. I believe UI service is brand new. And then here's the spec. Then here's the actual UI service, which all it does is add a visualization, and then visualization service. I feel like there's extra white space that doesn't need to be there. I guess it was just one line. I don't think we need this line here. So we got rid of this thing. And for some reason we have a new closing bracket. And that's that. So let's go ahead and I guess it, I've never had Cypress end-to-end test before. So npm run Cypress open. Guess it makes sense right after you do a clean commit. Normally what I'll do is I'll come into the app and try a couple things, just make sure everything still works. But it's just like, if I have these end-to-end tests, I might as well run them, make sure they all work. And then that'll give me an extra level of confidence that this is a good commit. Just run that test. So that's good. That's good. Because it's really easy to just screw up. I think that's probably the biggest reason most people don't go over and kind of make tweaks to their code, because they're afraid, oh, I'm going to just do some sort of weird typo that just breaks everything. So that is nice. Gosh, that is so nice. That feels really, really good. So I feel a lot more confident about this commit. So git add dot. So everything should be staged. And so we saw that it's changed from changes and moved up into the staged area, although staged wasn't displayed first. We have 21, I guess that's 21 files that are going to be git commit -m. And I've been sort of getting away from it lately, but I think it'd be very helpful to have the video in there, possibly. 134. 34 adds the ability to create visualizations from the UI. Boom. since I didn't start with, well, I did start with a capital letter. I'll end with a period and get to push. So really, I think what I need to do next is I need to, I guess we are at the CRUD part, the create, and we have done the create part, and then we have the read part, and we don't have a delete part, and we don't have an update part. So, but before I think we could, I think if you want to actually edit it, I was thinking that what would be nice is if you clicked on one of these, that like you get this little thing and then you could edit this. But I would actually rather edit from like a vertical, like a tabular, like, so these are all side by side, and you can do your editing in that mode. So you can't edit in this mode. Now right now so what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to add another little icon right here that's going to have like a little grid and then like a little tabular, and then you could toggle back and forth, and this would go to tabular or grid. I don't know if the grid is going to make sense in the long run, because what I do want to be able to do is like drag these things around so that this could be down here and could be, and change its sizes, and then I could have another one underneath there, and then maybe the one underneath will be like text, and the one above it will be like a something, or like I'll have that sort of flexibility to have multiple animations and multiple things going on at the same time. But maybe not. But yeah, I think that would be good. So the grid may not make sense in the future, or maybe it'll make sense to have a grid and then a side like a tabular layout, and then a freeform layout. But I don't know. I don't see any reason to have a grid layout. But at first, I'm just going to have it to where I have a grid, two choices. You could be in grid mode and list mode, and once you're in list mode, it'll sort of be a table next to it that lets you, I guess, just add or just delete. You'll just be able to delete, and then that'll be, and then maybe there'll be an edit button as well. And then if you edit, then everything changes. But so I'm wondering if, I feel like that still is in getting started. That's just a basic foundational behavior or ability. So anyways, that should do it. 17 minutes. That's the shortest one in a long time. I hope everyone has a wonderful Sunday. Bye.